tell us a story.
Yes, tell us a story.
All right, it is cold, and as you can see by all the windows, it is frosty, freezing, frosty. Yesterday and the day before yesterday was almost 60 degrees, and now it's back down to sub-zero. We're right at the end of December. I don't know when you'll be watching this. The poor little gopher is still broke down, limping with a paw that can't stop. So we'll be riding the old black beast, old rusty bucket today, and we'll see how that works. We'll give it a chance to warm up here and defrost. I told you before about my grandfather fishing and how he would use all that weight and fish on the bottom and super big hooks and catch all kinds of things. There was one time that we were out fishing, and it was at night, so it was late at night, and we just had lanterns on the shore, and we were casting out into, I'm not sure whether it was Mill Creek in up around the Marysville area or one of the other runoffs. But we were fishing out there, and it was dark, and it was dusky. I mean, you could still see, but it was getting kind of dusky to where you couldn't really. So what we would do is just take and wrap the line around our finger so we could feel if there was any tension or draw on it. And he was fishing, and he got a bite, and he let it run, and he heaved on it. And as I told you before, sometimes he would heave so hard that he would jerk the fish and everything completely out of the water. Well, he heaved on it this time, and it jerked this fish, and it was a pretty good sized fish. I mean, it was half the length of your arm, but it was really odd shaped, and it heaved it off way up onto the bank. And it must have just had a hold of the bait when it was running, because it didn't get hooked, and he got his hook. Well, my dad walked up to go get the fish before it flopped back into the water and stuff. And he got up there, and he started yelling, "Oh my!" He said, "What the is this?" And they both walked up there, and this was a fish that my dad had never seen before. And my grandfather said, "Well, that's a dogfish." He said, "Oh," he says, "it's got a face on it. It's got a face on it." And then they walked a little closer, and it started to crawl. It had legs in the front and a long fin in the back with a bulbous head. And my dad freaked out. He says, "I've never seen anything like it." He says, "Oh," Grandpa said, "That's a dogfish. Just go up and get it." My dad said, I'm not going to go up and get that thing." And it was the hideous looking thing that I had ever seen. It was just, it looked like a dog's smushed in like a Pomeranian that had no hair. Its face and eyes pointed forward instead of the eyes on the side. It was the eyes were kind of almost pointed forward. It was really, really weird. I don't think either one of them grabbed it, and it slowly went back off into the water, and it was grunting. And I mean, my dad tells that story all the time. He said he'd never seen anything like that. So, well, we're going to let this warm up a little bit more, get some defrost, and then we're going to get into the store. Let's ride. Yeah, that was one of the craziest fish that it ever pulled in and stuff. Like I said, I mean, my grandfather called it a dogfish. I don't know if that's what it was, wasn't, whatever. But it did have a really funny look to it. It's just, I mean, I've caught other bowfins. They've got some type of stuff. It's the one that it's come in from overseas. It's invasive, killing off all of the indigenous fish in the United States, and it's coming up through the Mississippi into the Great Lakes and all that and everything through the locks. But yeah, that was absolutely something different. So, well, I'm going to go inside, hopefully get warmed up, get some things done for people, maybe do one or two things for myself. That's unusual. I'm going to have a good day. You have a good one. See ya!
Story time is over!
Damn, that was annoying.